looked like his uniform was a little. You know what Kevin Gates said? Wearing uniforms every 2-3 weeks in a row, stains on your shirt. Yeah. Welcome back, Jews and Jems, to my channel. We're here with another story time. Lord, I really pray that this renders, because I have not been recording in cinematic mode only because when I go to try to edit it, it won't even download. So I'll make this short in case I have to re-record this. So I told you guys we would be done with the list by Friday of this week. It is currently Saturday. I ended up not being able to get to the list. So the next one on the, we only have one left, is the time I bought my first car. So we're actually on the Mcdonald story time where I was creeping and sneaking and geeking with my coworker, and we doing this out of order. Let me start this over. You can't give it to a dry like that. Run that back, okay? Holiday season. My name is Shaye. The channel is just Shaye. I make travel vlogs, story times, try on hauls, day in life, weekend in life, tips and tricks, and I used to do stripper vlogs. So here we are with another story time from the list that we've made. I have not gone live. I was supposed to go live on Juneteenth. That didn't end up happening. And here we are, June 24th. So I will eventually find time, probably tomorrow, to go live and make a new list of stories that's coming up for July. This was gonna be kind of quick because I don't remember a lot of my time at McDonald's. Mind you, when I was working at McDonald's, I started working there when I was, I think 16, and it was not my first time applying to McDonald's. I had applied there before, and I don't know if they still do it, but back in the days they used to do what we call open interviews, where every Wednesday from 1 to 2, you could come in with your application, hard copy application, and I believe they wanted your birth certificate there, if I'm not mistaken. Some form, I believe it was some form of ID at the open interview, and you would sign in, wait for the supervisors to come out, managers to come out, and usually it would be 1 or 2 supervisors at the time that would do your interview. So the first time I went, they never called me back. I didn't get hired. I went up there and tried to see what was going on. No, but nobody ever called me back. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait till they have their next open interview, and I'm gonna just do it again, because then I'll show them like I'm serious, like I really want to work here. Boom. They had another open interview for Wednesday, and I remember me, my sister, and my cousin, we all went the first time. So I think that's probably why we didn't get it the first time, because like we walked in as a group and they're like, no. And then this time, I think, did my sister already have a job by this time? I don't remember if she had a job by this time. I know I was the only person who was willing to come back. So I came back by myself and I got hired. So the manager at the time who did my interview was Gloria. Oops, sorry, baby. Sorry, Stormy, baby. Was Gloria. So I just can never forget this little lady. Child. Did the open interview. It wasn't even really long. It was like maybe a 10-minute interview at best. She asked me like 3 or 4 questions. I was really nervous. I told her like, yeah, I'm in high school. So she's like, okay, well, she kind of broke it down to me about the minor rules, and if you do work, this is how it's gonna look. I'm not able to give you more than this amount of time. So I get the job. I start working. I originally was trained in the morning on morning shift, which was the worst idea, because I did not stay on morning shift. I was a nighttime closer girl. So when I came in, it was like 7-8 people, McDonald's employees working, and they were fully staffed, and there was a lot of people coming in and out the door for their breakfast, their coffee. I was really scared being on front line cash register. So the young lady who actually trained me, she was really, really good at like managing the front. So she kind of helped me, like, I say, really navigate how I was gonna move. So from the way she trained me, I'm really good. Like, all my jobs be loving me, except for that one job. It's because I was a little too mouthy for them. But I quit. We'll talk about it another day. And that's why their business is out of business. So the way she trained me, I really hooked onto it. So when Gloria's seen, like, she's really good. Like, she put me straight on night shift, even on the weekends. And I was pissed because night shift, I don't know if you guys, especially closing, night shift be having 2 workers, 3 workers at most. It's so scarce. So I would usually get there about, I get out of school at 2 o'clock. They would have me starting at 3:30. I can even go home and pee. I used to get off the bus, go straight home, with usually my uniform in a book bag, or already had put my uniform on in the last period. And as soon as I get off the bus, my mom is driving me straight to McDonald's. So I just was like, at that point in time, it was really, grade wise, school wise, it was hard for me to maintain my grades. Now, did my grades slip? Like, no, because I also wanted to graduate at least like salutatorian. Did that happen? No, because I went to PWI with a lot of super smart people, and I did not graduate salutatorian, but I sure enough graduated with 3.9999 GPA. So let's talk about it with dual enrollment classes on my college credits. So I was just kind of stressed out at that time, especially being like, they said they weren't gonna work me no more than like 30 to 35 hours a pay week, but I started working there 45 hours. I was making overtime as a minor. Now, mind you, they would give me my breaks every 3.5 hours. I had to take, they would make me get off the register and take my 3.5 hour breaks. And so one day I was sitting in the little area next to our little door. This one, McDonald's used to have, their employees used to have to go through a door, and we had a little bit of safety. Yeah, now it's just, I don't know what they got going on. So I was sitting next to the little door or whatever, that little area, that little eating area right next to the door, and in walks this Puerto Rican with a point to prove. And I was like, who this is? He walks in with his little apron, his little hat. He just looked like, his uniform was a little, you know what Kevin Gates said, wearing uniforms every 2-3 weeks in a row, stains on your shirt. Yeah, that type of energy. So I was just like, who is this Ruffkin? And when did he start working here? Because I had never seen him. Now, mind you, I am on night shift. So I'm just like, I had never seen this young fella, and I work with night shift people. This man's coming in clearly for closing. How long he been working here? You know, so I'm just like, note to self, I won't say nothing, because at the time I wasn't big on like making friends at my job. Like, people love me because I worked in the hood. So it was a lot of us. And if it wasn't us, it was Hispanic. We didn't have we had one Caucasian manager, but that was it. The morning shift had the Caucasians, but like for us, it was the Spanish and the black people on night shift and weekend shift. So it was just like, it's a parade inside my city, yeah. So we used to joke, clown, and stuff like that. And especially at night, it would be our one Hispanic manager with the really long hair, and me and another girl who was trying to become a supervisor. So we would always do night shift, and she was pregnant too, so we would just be cutting up. And then we had this black lady who was our cook, who also worked the line. So she hated it. She was like probably in her 60s, and she just hated working overnight. And she used to make a very known that she's not fond of having to work this night shift. She already put her request in months ago to change her to morning shift, but they were so full, so they was never gonna do that. But we just made the best out of it. So a lot of times, being I worked the front line, cash register, well, I really worked everywhere. Let's not lie. I worked the back window for the drive-thru, collecting the money and stuff like that. And I worked the front doing the drinks and helping bagging up the fries and making sure the order was right up there in the back window. And I worked the cash register. And when I closed, if I worked the back window with the cash register on the drive-thru, I had to do the dishes and clean up and restock back there. And if I worked the front line, I had to clean the lobby, take all the drinks out, clean the sodas, the soda machine every single time, every night, dump out all the tea, clean the tea container, do the bathrooms, both bathrooms, no matter how nasty they were. What did I say? Girl, please. And so the night that I seen him, I did not say nothing, but he was working as the cook on the grill, and I would be having to ask him like, oh, can you make, because when they want it fresh, you put it in a special request. So then they'll be like, what's the special request? I still remember that. What's the special request? Fresh. They want it fresh. I don't know why McDonald's don't have a button that says fresh. Why do we have to put special requests? Just like certain items, when I was working there, they didn't have the option to add cheese to it. So like when we had the chicken wraps, oh, I missed them so much. When we had the chicken wraps and you wanted to add extra cheese or something like that, or put anything that, like, if it wasn't like bacon, or say for instance you wanted to, I don't know, I can't explain it right now because I can't think, but I remember how the systems look. It's very cartoony-ish. If that particular meal normally wouldn't be something you would add cheese to it, they would have to put in as special requests. Like a McChicken. I would get my McChickens with cheese because they just hit. If you never tried it, try it once. Like, and they'll have to put in special requests on my McChickens because you can't add cheese. So a lot of times people come in and they'll want something fresh because it's late and they think they get in old food and stuff. So I have to put in special requests. So he'd be like, what's the special request? And then that's how we started to speak, like, oh, they wanted fresh. And then, so he kind of got used to me real quick. And we was working together. And I kind of felt a little bit of, he want me. Yeah. But everybody knew I was a minor because they make it known, like, she got to take her break every hour. Every 3 hours. And so I don't remember how old he was. I think he was like 18, 19, something like that. He wasn't that old, y'all. He wasn't R. Kelly. So I'm just like, oh, okay. I could kind of peep, he kind of liking me and stuff. So the first time I really was like, got him was the day that we were closing and I had to work the back cash register and clear out the dishes, and I'm supposed to be getting off at like 11, and my mom had already like made a big fuss about, stop telling me you get off at 11 and I come here, I'm sitting outside and you're not here. And I used to try to explain to her, it's not my fault. Like, if they say I get off at 11, 9 times out of 10 I'm not walking out the door until 11:25, 11:30, because I'm working the front, which means as soon as the lobby closes at 10, I am having to clean up the front lobby. Like, I just told y'all this. So I was explaining this to my mama and it just wasn't clicking, Steven. So she would get mad, sit in park. She could see me cleaning, and we park outside in a parking lot, and then be like, you told me you got off at 11. I'm sitting here watching you clean until 11:30. And I'm like, what, you want me to just put on my super nigga cape and just throw it over the lobby and yank it back and everything gonna be clean? I'm just like, girl, please. So he seen me one day. I was supposed to get off at like 11, and I was actually working back cash register, so we was waiting on the girl to come in, and that's when we used to have to call them to let them know, like, hey, somebody come open the door for me. So I had to clean the dishes, and I was still working the line, and I had so many dishes still piled up, and it was damn near 11 o'clock. And it was, even if my relief came, I still would have had to stay there to do the dishes because that's my responsibility, not hers. So when the next shift come in, those dishes are supposed to be dry and ready and steamed for pulling out for morning. So she can't, apparently overnight, she can't do that. So I just didn't like having to do that and knowing I had relief coming in. That's just, to me, crazy. Whatever I don't finish, she should be able to take over and do. Because I've been doing it all day. come 10 o'clock, that's when we, like, I don't get it. But long story short, he seen me back there. He was walking back to the back to get some meat patties. And that's when we used to bring the cookies out. And, ooh, cha. Long story short, he see me back there. He's like, do you want some help? I was like, yeah. So he was trying to help me. And that's when he was talking to me a little bit. We'll just cut it out. We'll call him Juan. Juan is what we'll call him. So Juan came back there. He was trying to help me with the dishes, whatever. And they was like, Juan, what you doing? What you doing back there? He was like, man, I'm just helping a girl out. I'm just helping out. Nah, you back there patronizing. Come back up to the grill. So we was chatting for a little bit. He was telling me that one of the managers, which was the girlfriend of the manager who had the really long hair that used to always be on our night shift, that was his sister. And so he originally was on morning shift, and they needed a cook for night shift and closing. So his sister just put him on night shift. That's how he ended up where I was like, well, damn, since when he been working? And so he was like, yeah, I'm not really too fond of it, but it's whatever. I don't have to work with my sister that much no more. So usually when I'm leaving, she coming in, vice versa. And we live like right down the street. So I just walk home, and I'm just like, yeah, that's crazy, whatever. So I kind of got a little bit more information about him. That was the first little thing. So then every time we go on lunch, he miraculously got to go to the bathroom. So he go to the bathroom, he come back out, he trying to slide in and talk. Baby, when we were at McDonald's, we fucked off so much, it was ridiculous. Y'all, that's why y'all orders be taking forever, because we just do what we want to. I'll be in the bathroom peeing, taking your order. Just muscle memory to remind me of what you ordered. I go to the back window, type it in from the back window, and then go to the thing. That's why sometimes y'all pull up and there's no cash register person there. Yeah, because I was in the bathroom peeing, taking your order. Like, because when you put it on mute, they can't hear nothing you saying, but you can hear everything they saying. So a lot of times they be like, hello, hello. And I'm like, girl, the toilet is still flushing. I can't unmute this. So then, we used to just do stuff. I'm telling y'all. I'll be on lunch and I forgot to take the headphones set off. So then now the person like, who on station 1? Who on station 1? And I'm just like, oh shit, my bad. And then I click over to station 2. So then they can take over, or I just disconnect the headset and give it to them. And good times working at McDonald's. Good times. And let me tell you how much I had so much good times, right? Because I keep forgetting. I keep looking at this. I bought this, you guys. And every time I am like looking off to the corner, it's because I'm looking at these freaking French fry things. And I don't know why I bought this. I just thought it was cute. But it's the McDonald's in me that just got me in a chokehold where I just have to have a bag of fries around me. That's why I really got my weight up when I worked at McDonald's. So he would like slowly ease himself. Anytime he could see me away from everybody, he would try to talk to me. So this is when he kind of let me know. By the way, I got my braces tightened yesterday. Anytime I get my braces tightened, y'all know it'd be hard for me to talk, and I be having so much okay, you must want to fight. Excess saliva buildup. So if you guys remember, just last week I had blue, but I got green, so my mouth be acting funny when I first get my braces tightened. Yeah. So this is when the hit the fan. When one day I was going in the back to refill, because another part of cleaning up the lobby, you have to restock all of the condiments that's in the underneath the register of the front counter. So there's the barbecue sauce, the sweet and sour, salt and pepper, the honey mustard, all that, ketchup, mustard, mayo, anything that's under there, sweeteners, all that. So I would take 3 or 4 of those at a time, and I'll go to the back stock room next to the freezer, and I would fill those up. So I was back there, I couldn't find the ketchup, because sometimes they don't, the inventory just is not there. I couldn't find the ketchup. It was like way up at the top shelf, and there was 1 box of ketchup left. So I put all my little black containers down, and I'm trying to climb up the thing. I know I shouldn't have did that, but I didn't hurt myself. And he come around the corner like, what you doing? And I'm like, I'm trying to get the ketchup. So he helps me get the ketchup. He helping me restock all my little things, put my little barbecue, my little honey mustard, all my little ketchup stuff. And then so he's like, you know, I think you're kind of cute, whatever. I want to talk to you. Can I get your phone number? And I'm just like, I don't know, I don't think I should be talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get in trouble, this, that, and third. And then, you know, your sister girlfriend be watching your every move, because she really was, and reporting back to his sister. And so I was just like, I don't think I should do that. I don't know about that one. So he was like, well, just give me a chance, but like a trial period. Let's see how it goes. So I was like, yeah, let's see how it goes. So I gave him my phone number, whatever. And that's when it all went down. My man. Okay. So I was feeling warm, but it's like as soon as I got his phone number, his sister came on night shift. Now, mind you, I liked his sister. She was really fun. But the problem was, now that his sister was on night shift, he was on a tighter leash. Because this was not his little sister. This was his older sister. So she was clocking his every move, trying to figure out where he was at. Like, you supposed to be on the grill. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? When your lunch? Like, she was worse than the girlfriend. The girlfriend was really kind of chill. Because she was so used to me and the other girl, we did night shift and on the weekends, overnight shift together so much that she knew that at the end of the day, we got it. You know what I'm saying? The register ain't gonna come up short when they shut down the system and we doing it by cash, that we got it. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna flip them burgers and he gonna get our food out fresh. When she came, it was like, if they wasn't arguing in the back and with the safe, then she was on our necks. Like, girl, chill. One day they was like, oh, we need a whole fresh thing of cookies, because people would come in at night, overnight, and order like a box of cookies, right? So usually by this time, we don't have that many cookies out. We'll go in the back and then we'll grab a bag of cookies, put them out on the tray, put them in the oven for them to be made fresh. So they'll have a whole fresh box of cookies. And then what we'll do, whatever's left over, we'll just eat it off the tray. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else come for the box of fresh cookies, and if they do, we'll get another bag. And so when I went in the freezer to get the bag of cookies, he came in there behind me, right, to get, I guess, some fresh meat patties. I don't know what he really came in there for. So now we in the freezer, boo loving. We ain't bumping and grinding and hunching and fucking. We just back in there like, you know, he holding all on me, squeezing my little booty cheek, kissing me, stuff like that. And I'm just like, wow, we cutting up real bad. So he was saying something, I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was 16 at the time. I don't know. I'm 25 now. I can't remember the conversation. I just know I was like, we can't be back here long, because then they's gonna get suspicious. It don't take me that long to get no cookies, and it don't take that long for you to get no things. So he was like, yeah, you're right. So that was the first time we had snuck off and we was kissing in the freezer. That was not the last time. We almost got caught the second time too. And then I was on the front register again. So I was doing the lobby after they closed at 10. And he was miraculously having to go to the bathroom. I was mopping. I was done with the lobby. So now when I'm done with the lobby, I go and I start my mopping. I start from the top and bring it all the way back to the mop closet. So I was almost done. I was getting by the front next to the register, and he came out, got to use the bathroom. So then when he came back out, he seen I was done like mopping the lobby. I was finna head into the bathroom, do the girls' bathroom, the boys' bathroom, and then bring the mop back out and put it in the butt thing, whatever. So he was like, come here real quick. So I'm like, what? Mind you, the mop closet is right next to the door that we go in and out of. Child, risque. We go in the motherfucking mop closet, boo loving again. I just like, we can't keep doing this. Like, we in the mop closet kissing, rubbing, touching. Now, he wasn't putting nothing in nothing. Like, he wasn't putting no fingers nowhere. But we was definitely in there making out and squeeze the booty cheeks and stuff like that. And I'm just like, this feel like a Taylor Swift movie. I mean, music video. I can't even think straight. God, dog it. I really feel like I was in a Taylor Swift movie video. Like, I keep saying music video. And I just was like, this is getting out of control. Now, mind you, he was still my man, and I wasn't finna let up off him, because I actually did kind of like him, but I started getting nervous, like that his sister was peeping game, because all of a sudden, me and him started working together less and less. And with McDonald's, when they see that you enjoy working with somebody too much, or when y'all work together, it seems suspicious. if they think it's a relationship going on, a friendship going on, or lollygagging going on, when y'all working together, y'all have too much fun, they separate y'all. So then instead of me now getting 35 plus hours every single week on my paychecks, I'm now barely 30 hours. Like, they would put me on 4 days a week, and then 2 of those will be a weekend, and then he wouldn't work weekend because he's an adult, so he can work any other day. So then they'll put him on me Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then they'll put him on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then get him those 3 days off, and then maybe he'll work on Saturday overnight. So I was like, I started to peep, like, we getting less and less time together and less days together. Now, we went from working 3, maybe 5 days in 1 week together. I'm getting all this extra time I wasn't supposed to be getting yet, because I'm not 18. And then now I'm barely getting 30 hours a week, and I'm only working 4 days. This is crazy. So now I'm thinking, like, you know what? I feel like it's because his sister done said something to somebody. So I'm going to let him know, like, I'm done. Like, the little secret love affair, we going to call it, because now they messing with my money, and I think they really have peak game. Now, mind you, it's cameras everywhere, so they say, except for the bathroom. They say that, but I don't think it's true. And I kind of told him, like, one day when I was walking somewhere. I don't know where I was walking to. My job, it was together, but my cousins them live kind of close. So I would go hang out with them, walk over there, and stuff like that. So he walked with me on one of my lunch breaks to my cousin them apartment that was next to the McDonald's. And that's another thing. My cousins them used to come up there every other day thinking I'm finna get them my discount. I'm like, no, ma'am. So we was walking, I was telling him, like, yeah, I just think they're doing this because somebody has said something, somebody's peep game that me and you got something going on. So they don't like it. This reminds me of a West Side Story. Growing up in Spanish Harlem, I can't play with my money like that. You my man, but we gonna keep it cute, and we gonna 86 it. So we 86'd it. And then conveniently, like 2 months later, because they were saying, oh, we just don't have the money, we don't have the hours. I don't see how we don't have the hours, because we used to be struggling. So, yeah, real interesting. And then they hired a new cook and a new cash register, no, frontline worker. They hired a new cook and a worker, and they were in a relationship, and put them on the same shift together. And they was working our night shift and closing shift and overnight shift on the weekend with us now. So, like, we don't got the hours, but then we just hired 2 new workers. Come on now. So, with the guy they hired, he ended up taking over those days that Juan wasn't there anymore. Like, they had Juan doing the weekdays, and then this guy was the weekend person. So, I ended up getting real cool with the couple that started working, because, again, you got to understand, these end up being your family because you're around them so much. But it just was kind of like, dang, I could have had my first piece of different meat. You know what I'm saying? Something from around the world, something a little bit more global. But that's not, I guess the Lord didn't want that for me. So, you know, I'm not cultured yet. I only know one type of meat, and I'm okay with it. But yeah, I was really digging this man. But I just realized, like, how petty McDonald's was. And it wasn't McDonald's, it was the managers, because they controlled the schedule, and they reported back everything to Gloria. And Gloria was a bitch. She tried to fire me one time over me stealing a little bit of ice cream, putting it in a little sundae cup, and was snacking off of it, talking about you can't be eating the products. Girl, when you not even on this shift, we eat everything in here. Get up out my face. Talk about a little scoop of sundae. Come on, please don't do that again. And I did. Impressed. I did it again when you weren't here. Just like I eat the nuggets off the line. Just like I eat the cookies when they're fresh out the oven. Just like you can shut up, because we gonna do it again and again and again. When you're not around, the other managers do it as well. Don't let them fool you, sweetie. And she don't work there no more, but some of them supervisors and managers from when I was 16 still works at that same McDonald's. And they've moved up. Some of them have moved up, but it's just like, child, it's so crazy how I remember all of them from back then, like, and a lot of them are still there, including the Caucasian manager as well. She's still there. So it's just like, yeah, y'all really gave me my start in life. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, working at McDonald's was really ghetto. I experienced a lot of foolishness, tomfoolery. And I worked in the McDonald's in the hood, so it was a lot of homeless people that were coming there, a lot of foolishness, a lot of people trying to bring in old cups and just try to get drinks, and try to sleep in the lobby and just come in dirty, just like mopping up. You had to keep mopping up the floor, and just like a lot going on. Kids coming in the summer trying to get free food, and McDonald's is a real humbling job to start with, because you really learn. It is so many people out here in this world that are just so vastly different. And there's some people in this world that are so predictable. Like, there will be customers that came in every single day and got the same exact thing every day. And when you see in their face, you already had to register typing in. And they'll have the exact amount of money for the order. And you're just like, Mr. Johnson, I knew you was coming. Mr. Clayhan, I got your food ready. They already pulling it down the line now. So yeah, it was very eye-opening, very humbling, and I was like, I wonder what he's doing. I haven't seen him since I started working there. But that's really it. That's all. I love you guys, and until next time, Jews and Jems. Peace.